Welcome, everybody. Welcome, all our guests, everybody listening to us, all our listeners. This is your Captain Roger Muntu at the control, as we always do every Wednesday. And every Friday, we'll take off with some great music. Today, the program is really full because we have a guest as well. We'll have a guest who'll be on this show tonight. But let me first welcome and thank everybody listening to us tonight. All those people who send me messages from Ghana, from Zambia last week in the RM show. I want to thank you so much because I know so many of you guys are listening, and the club, the RM show club, is growing, and I want to thank you so much. I know every single one of you is listening to us tonight. So I will personally greet you tonight if you send me a message or +1 703 350 3731. Again, if you send me a message, say Roger Muntu, I'm listening to you tonight, I will personally greet you, your family, and friends. So stay with us, fasten your seatbelt, as our destination is always marked by a great spirit of escape and discovery. Tonight we'll have a guest, but let's take off with some great music. American Oxygen is by Rihanna. This is America. That's right. This is America for you. You're listening to the RM show at VOA Africa. This is your pilot, Roger Muntu. I want to thank you so much if you're just joining us to, of course, talk about the subject of the week, but also to, listen to some great music. And I have, excuse me. I have Mary who's writing to us from Accra. Say, Roger, I heard that Rihanna is from Barbados. Yes, Mary. Rihanna was actually raised in Bridgetown in Barbados, and had a really, read her story. She had a challenging childhood marked by her father struggling with addiction and her parent eventually divorced. Despite these difficulties, she developed a passion for music at a really, really young age, and influenced by other music from the Caribbean like reggae, reggaeton, soca, and all this music. And she's proud of her origin. So this is really, really good. Thank you, Mary, for writing to us. And let's see who else is sending us messages tonight. I really want to thank those who are listening to us as well. In Zambia. So many people listening to us in Zambia tonight. I want to thank them so much. If you are listening to us right now, who's staying to us? Michel Kajula. Kajula is writing to us right at this moment because he's listening to us from Morocco, and he's listening to us from Morocco, and we want to say thank you very, very, very much. If you're listening to us again, it's +1 703 350 3731. We're waiting for you so we can say hello to you. Like now, I see a message from Coach as well. Coach as well is listening to us in Zambia. Thank you, Coach, as well, listening to us in Zambia. This is just great. And also Coach Alkali from N'Djamena also is following us on social media. Again, the number is +1 703 350 3731. +1 703 350 3731. We are together. That's right. So the subject of the week, or the question you guys saw on social media before we move on to our entertainment news, is how do online dating platforms influence young Africans' perceptions of love and marriage? That's right. That's what we're debating this week. That's right. That's the subject that we're tackling this week, because we saw there's increasingly relevant topics in the lives of young Africans, and that's why we're talking about online dating. As we all know, technology continues to transform our communication methods, and numerous dating platforms have emerged, creating new dynamics on in how young people view love and marriage. That's why we are talking about this. We will have a guest tonight, and George will be with us as well. Right now, what's going on with Nikki Strong? Entertainment news.
So what's going on with Nikki Strong? Snoop Dogg opened his first cannabis-friendly coffee shop in Amsterdam this past weekend. Called Swede, which stands for Smoke Weed Every Day, the shop offers a variety of cannabis products and West Coast rap memorabilia in addition to coffee. Katy Perry will receive the MTV VMA Video Vanguard Award at this year's ceremony on September 11th. The honor celebrates her 16-plus year career filled with #1 hits and iconic creative music videos. Doja Cat is rumored to be dating the star of Netflix show Stranger Things, Joseph Quinn. Pictures and videos of them spending time together and holding hands in London popped up on social media over the weekend. Follow us on Facebook and IG at VOA1 The Hits.
And that's what's going on with Nikki Strong.
That is what's going on with Nikki Strong, and you can follow Nikki Strong. She is simply amazing. Thank you, Nikki Strong. How do online dating platforms influence young Africans today? And I'm talking about their perceptions of love and marriage. So many of you guys sent us some messages, but also some experts responded to our question of the week. A message from South Africa. Mary Claire says that online dating transforms the perception of love by simply introducing a global dimension, exposing young Africans to diverse cultures and relational practices. However, these can also lead to unrealistic expectations about marriage, which remains deeply rooted in local realities. Thank you so much. And tell us what you think. If you listen to us again, the number's +1 703 350 3731. +1 703 350 3731. Britney Spears is singing this amazing song, Make Me. To the RM show at VOA Africa. This is your host Roger Muntu. I want to thank you so much. If you listen to us tonight, send us a message at +1 703 350 3731 and tell us what what do you think about the subject of the week. And this is just amazing, and we can read your voice just like or your comment, whatever you're gonna tell us. We have a message here from Rachel and Techie, who's listening to us on social media as well. She wrote to us. She said, for me, it's a getaway to different cultures, but it also makes marriage less sacred and more based on immediate choices. Tell us what do you think, and we will be happy to also hear you as well. Shauna Renee, let's listen to what she has to tell us about the entertainment news.
VOA You're tuned in to the Voice of America. I'm Shauna Renee, the Lady DJ. You can find me on Twitter at VOA Lady DJ, and this is Word on the Tweets.
The tweets are talking about Katy Perry's latest music video for her song Lifetimes. It's under investigation by the Spanish government for potential environmental damage. The video, filmed in the protected dunes of Ses Palmador on the Balearic Islands, allegedly did not have the necessary authorization. The Environment Department of the Balearic Islands is examining whether the shoot caused harm to this ecologically valuable area. The tweets are also talking about actress Sky Jackson. She has been arrested for domestic violence. Deputies were called to the Universal City Walk in LA after security spotted Jackson and her boyfriend getting into a bit of an altercation. She allegedly pushed him, and more than once. Security detained the couple until law enforcement arrived. Jackson and her boyfriend both denied anything got physical, but after deputies reviewed the video footage, they saw she did indeed push him. Jackson was arrested for misdemeanor domestic battery, cited, and released a few hours later. Finally, the MTV VMAs have been rescheduled. The show will now air September the 11th to avoid conflicting with the U.S. presidential debate, which is now scheduled to air September the 10th. For more on these and other stories, you can find us on social media at VOA1 The Hits. Until next time, peace.
Peace, Lady DJ. You're listening to the RM Show at VOA Africa. Let's read this message from Professor Abimbola from Nigeria. Online dating platforms have redefined the concept of romantic compatibility by introducing algorithm in partner selection. For young Africans, this means a shift toward a more pragmatic view of love, sometimes at the expense of emotional depth. So you're listening to the RM Show. So many of you guys also sending us some messages, and we want to thank you so much for listening to the RM Show at VOA Africa. And we want to thank those who are listening to us in Zambia as well. Do not forget, if you're listening to us right now, send us a message, +1 703 350 37. That's right. Great song right now, Be Real. A great song by Kendrick featuring Def Loaf. You're listening to VOA Africa, and we want to thank you so much. If you're listening to us in Zambia tonight, or listening to us in Nigeria, in Sudan, in Tema, in Accra, if you're listening to us tonight, we'll say thank you so much. From Senegal, he wrote to us, Aminata Diallo, say, I think online dating facilitate connections, but it messes up traditional marriage values where family plays a crucial role. Tell us what you think. And who else? From Ivory Coast. Yeah, we got a message from Ivory Coast. Eric Ngesan, who is telling us that online dating broadened my perception of love, but remain cautious because marriage requires more than a simple virtual connection, which is also what he thinks. But let's also read what who wrote to us here. That was from Mali. Dr. Aminata says online dating provides young Africans with new freedom in partner search, but it also blurs traditional marriage boundaries where family and community involvement play a central role. This can also create tensions between modernity and tradition as well. Samuel Denson wrote to us as well. He is from Ghana, and he's talking about marriage and relationship. He's a marriage and relationship specialist. Says it allowed me to see love from a modern perspective, but I find there is also, a dehumanization of relationships with less emotional depth, according to him. Natalie from Gabon wrote, I understood that love can be more diverse through online dating. That I got it. But it also revealed that many people are less serious, according to Natalie. You are listening to the RM Show at VOA Africa. Great music continues with one of our amazing artists who's making it big, continue to kill it on the top 10 American music. Out of the Woods is Taylor Swift. You're listening to the RM Show at VOA Africa. This is your host, Roger Muntu. I want to thank you again if you're joining us from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Zambia. If you listen to us in Sudan, or if you listen to us on social media, on radio, or on TV, or even on social media, we want to thank you so much. A question of the week is, how do online dating platforms influence young Africans' perception of love and marriage today? That's our subject of the week, and we want to thank all of those who keep on sending us message on WhatsApp as +1 703 350 3731. Again, it's +1 703 350 3731. And I've been saying that since the beginning of this show. We all know that technology continues to transform our communication methods in different ways. You know, numerous dating platforms have emerged, creating a new dynamics in how young people view love and marriage. How do these virtual interactions impact, our traditional expectations and perceptions? What are the effect on long-term relationships? Today, we're exploring that again as we always do every Wednesday with my colleague George Leonard Sagnon, and I've been saying that we will have a special guest in this show in a few seconds. But let me just read some messages here. Somebody who's listening to us in Accra, Miss Micheline is listening to us in Accra, and Mr. Abu is listening to us as well in Tema. We want to thank you so much for staying tuned, listen to this show, and it's great. And I've been saying that George is here with us finally. George, it's good to see you, man. It's really good to see you.
Hello, Roger. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing? How's everything?
Great outside. It's nice evening, sunny.
Yeah.
I went there and so beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful outside. It's real beautiful. But before I move on to our guests, what do you think about the subject of the week today? Online dating. That's what a lot of people have been reacting and saying that technology is affecting somehow the African traditional culture. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe, Roger, next time we will talk about online scam. Technology is a powerful tool. So we can use it for good, and also it can be bad on the other hand. So personally, I don't recommend people to date online. You have to look for your friend, your wife, maybe future wife,
your fiance,
your
girlfriend,
your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Physically, in school, maybe, I don't know, in a club, outside.
So you don't trust you don't trust social media.
I trust social media.
Yeah. Before
I started by saying, they are a powerful tools that we use, communicating, So what is
but
today?
communicating, you can communicate in order to find your future good one. Yeah, it's still on communication.
I started by saying maybe we will talk one another day about online scam. People.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that. But let me just get back to introducing my guest today. I was saying at the beginning of this show, I'm honored to introduce our guest, a truly remarkable guest, Dr. Emeralda Tinglet. I hope I'm saying this name right. Otherwise, she's gonna definitely beat me up. A woman of many hats, Dr. Tinglet is a mother, blogger, success coach, mentor, philanthropist, educator, entrepreneur as well, and renowned motivational speaker as well. She made the courageous journey here in the United States in the mid-1980s in search of greater opportunities, and has since dedicated her life to empower others, which is an amazing thing. With deep seated passion for uniting children from around the world, Dr. Tinglet founded the first generation Cameroonian Americans in 2020. Her mission is to create platforms where children can network, socialize, and learn about their rich culture, heritage, known fondly as the mother of all children. She believes, as the scriptures say, that children are a blessing and gift from the Lord. Dr. Tinglet is committed to nurturing the future leaders of tomorrow and unwavering love and positivity. Originally from Cameroon, I was saying that Dr. Tinglet is a respected leader within Cameroonian and Sierra Leonese as well as Sierra Leonean communities here in the U.S. Her focus on galvanizing community support and spearheading fundraisers has significantly impacted the development of these communities, as well as supporting the underprivileged in her native country. She actively engages in charitable work, contributing to orphanages in Cameroon, Kenya, and Sierra Leone. She's also the founder of the Stacy and Angu Lupus Foundations and Kids Outreach, dedicated to helping children in distress. In addition of her philanthropic efforts, Dr. Tinglet is an accomplished information technology specialist, so she's got a lot to tell us about the subject of the week, definitely. With the decades of experience in data science, database, computer programming, and information security, her passion for education is evident in her extensive career in academia, where she has served as an academic dean of IT, subject matter expert in higher education institution, both here in the United States and abroad. George, we know what we do. Hands down.
Hands, yes.
I guess tonight.
Hands off.
Dr. Tinglet, it's an honor. It's a privilege. I hope I
Welcome.
didn't say anything wrong. Is everything I said so far correct?
Everything you said is correct.
Oh, that's great then. That's great. Doctor, we're really honored to have you here, and we know how crazy parking can be. Is this your first time at Voice of America?
Yes, it is
Yeah?
my first time.
Oh, wow. So
And
we're
I'm-
honored to have you.
I'm very honored.
Have you
to-
ever heard about us at all?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
I have.
okay.
I've heard good things.
Oh, but yeah, I hope so.
Definitely good things.
I hope so. This is great. Thank you for making it. And
appreciate it.
we will talk about you extensively because it's amazing what you have accomplished and what you continue to accomplish. But this goes beyond your home country, Cameroonian, even your adopting country, the U.S. This represents all of us as African. So we're proud about that. You know,
Thank you.
every time a son or a daughter of Africa does something great, it represents us all.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Anytime. So tell us a little bit about this event that's happening in November, and we get back to you. What's going on?
Thank you. We do have Fayettes. Fayettes is an artist that we're bringing to the country. This is going to be her first time coming in. And I just love her music. And this is a woman that her voice alone, it's exuberant. The exuberance, the energy in her voice alone, it will be able to attract everybody. And to tell the truth, with her coming in November, I think it's something that we want to call on our community, everybody within the United States, even if you're out of here, to come and see her, because this is her first time again coming out to the United States.
Yeah.
We want to storm that location. It's going to be a moment that no one can really imagine. So Fayettes, I love her music, and her coming in November,
Yes.
actually a week after my birthday. So
Are you serious?
I'm doing everything to be there, and
Yes.
I'm trying to galvanize and mobilize crowd to
Yes.
come in there and storm that environment, because
Wow.
it's going to be a
I
tumultuous
mean,
event.
I have to be honest. Just to hear you
Yeah.
talk, it makes me want to come already. I want to jump in there. My I know you're going to be there, George. I know,
Oh,
I know,
sure, for
I know.
sure.
I can
I'm a
tell
big
you.
fan of,
you already
Fayettes.
have like at least 20 people of you. They already want
There
to.
you go. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
That's going to
indeed.
be the first time that this artist comes here. She has made music for decades, with Tabule, Rochereau, who's also an amazing old artist from the DRC. And for her herself, it sounds like it's a big thing. We're going to listen to a clip, but it's in French. We'll translate it quickly. Let's listen to what she tells us in French, and we'll translate it.
Right.
Yeah.
Chérie d'amour, mon bien-aimé. Zala nanga pembeni papa. Nalingi yo. Nalingi yo. Mwana mobali oyo moto. Susi na yo ekobomanga. Motema utuna moi pasi elikinga papa.
Washington, D.C., à l'hôtel Yacht Regency Grand Ballroom. Une grande soirée de gala, un rendez-vous à ne pas manquer. À tous les mélomanes, à tous les amateurs de la bonne musique, je vous donne rendez-vous le 23 novembre à Washington, D.C., à l'hôtel Yacht Regency Grand Ballroom. Une grande soirée de gala, un rendez-vous à ne pas manquer.
Franklin Bourgonjoli. Shirinanga mwana mboka, oh, oh, olingo oyo ebutakini. Eningisa shetemba atmosphère. Anima fait volcan, intercontinental bichekouya. Lelo bakunda, songi songi, na vina biso, dala linambo, elongo nini, na bana bato, balingani na bango.
Wow, fire test. I'm telling you.
Washington.
I'm
we're
telling
waiting
you.
for you.
We're waiting. We're
Right.
waiting.
I mean, this is just putting us in the mood.
Yes,
know.
yes. I mean, you listen to the music, it just moves you.
That's true.
I mean,
That's true.
the vibration itself, her voice,
Yes.
is what really just takes me off my feet. I'm ready to do
Exactly,
it.
exactly.
Yes, fire test, we're waiting.
Yes.
Fire test. If you're watching us, we're waiting for you.
You know.
Yes.
It's gonna. I can't wait for November. Come on, November.
Tell you, no
November
matter where I am.
November needs to be here. Now,
Yes.
who are invited, Dr. Tinglet, for this event? Are the diplomatic, African diplomats? Because they love this kind of music. They love this
Yes,
kind of
they
rumba.
do. But Miss Phoebe Elizabeth is actually the person who invited her.
Yes.
One-on-one.
Yes.
But then her appearance and her arrival is sponsored by like Kids Outreach Foundation, like I told
That's
you,
right.
and a few other foundations join in to
Perfect.
be able to
To
bring
make
her
this
here.
happen,
Yes, to
yeah.
make this happen. So it's a one-man show, but considering that we are a community, we love each other, we work with her to ensure that this beautiful lady comes and show us what she can, what she's been playing all
Correct,
along.
Correct.
So yes.
And talking about the community,
Yes.
that's what you are all about, Dr.
Absolutely,
Tinglet. This is amazing.
absolutely.
But my first question to ask you is, as I was reading and researching about you, how do you manage to balance your role as a mother? I was saying that an entrepreneur, an educator, and philanthropist. I feel your energy, but where do you find time? You have beautiful kids. You have beautiful. I mean, how do you do?
It's just like if you create time, if you really have the passion in doing anything, there's going to be that time. At any point in time that someone says they don't have time either for you or for anything, it means they really don't have that passion in doing that thing. Considering that, like you just mentioned, I wear many hats, but I do have the passion to give back to the community. So with my own personal responsibilities of taking care of my children, my household, and trying to see how I can manage to keep them together, I still need to touch lives out there. There's a compelling need for all of us to reach out and support other people. And that's something that I will do or die.
I like that sentence. I'll do that, George.
I mean, I'm not surprised about the energy that Dr. Melody have. When you were reading her profile, she's a leader, okay?
Yes,
And
yes. Big
leadership is
Big time.
what? Leadership is all about this. If you can achieve something, help someone to achieve something, you are a leader.
Yes,
if you can, through you, someone can achieve something or accomplish something, you are a leader. And she's a leader. She was waiting for us for like half an hour when she was outside. She didn't leave because she knew that she was coming to Voice of America to express, to send out the message that Fire Test is coming. So, you manage your own time, Roger. I've been telling this to everybody. I read a book about leadership, happiness. How can can we take away our negative thought? Every morning, you wake up. Oh, I'm gonna go 9 to 5 at the Voice of America or in the store. You are already like stress. But if you wake up in every morning, you say, hey, today is gonna be a great day, and you work on it, you're gonna have a great day. So it's about you and about we are like a leader of our own destiny.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
So I applaud you and I congratulate you. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
My question to you: why you didn't combine your birthday to the event because she's coming.
You always have those tough questions.
No, she just said.
Yeah.
She just said.
That's right.
She's coming. Fire Test is coming like 1 week after or before your birthday.
Yes,
Is it
a
before?
week after.
A week after. so.
But nonetheless, it depends on when she got the visa and how we
Okay.
could make things happen.
Oh, yes.
Because her coming here is just not her just getting up and coming. We
Right.
have to make provisions for her lodging and everything else that's needed for her to be in place. And also the halls. Halls are very difficult to find
Right.
in this area, especially with the vast number of
Yeah.
Cameroonians and Africans are large within the community. It's very difficult to find
Yeah, I know the place.
locations
You
that
know,
can
is in
accommodate.
Bethesda.
Yes, Bethesda.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
a high-end
That's
location.
a high-end location.
Yeah, it's a higher
absolutely.
location.
So
You know.
it wasn't that cheap.
Yes.
I bet it was not that cheap.
For a
No.
lady like Fayettes,
Yeah.
we will do anything.
That's cool.
If it's going to mean
That's
that we do
cool.
it at the White House, we will
Yes.
do it at the White House.
Yeah.
What's the dress code in that? Because if we're doing it over there,
Are we coming traditional?
No, I'm nothing traditional. Come well dressed.
I would like to bring
Elegance.
my Cameroonian traditional.
You have
know?
to exude elegance. Just look at the way she
This
looks.
is elegance.
Yes.
Keep your tradition to the next African
That's right.
party.
Please.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that is really good.
Yeah.
Doctor, let's also get back to the philanthropic
Topic.
side,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So you describe yourself also as a mother of all children.
Yes.
I really like that. How does that identity actually influence your work with children across different communities?
Considering that I was raised by a village, it's the general saying that, a child is raised by a village.
that's right, that's
that
right.
being the case, I want to be a part of that village to raise other children. I'm not saying that I'm wealthy or filthy rich, but the little that God has bestowed on me to a point where I can take care of myself, I need to extend a hand to give it, especially to children. I just have a heart for children and the elderly. So anything that's going to get me to making provisions to them is what I will do. Even if it means for me to stay at night without eating, I think I will do just that. And I'm not just limiting it to the country that I'm from,
Right.
Cameroon.
Yeah.
I've been to Rwanda, I've been to Libreville, I was in Senegal not too long ago.
Right.
So it's not something that, if you are someone who has a passion to reach out and help others, you cannot limit it to just your own environment. Because there's one thing that I know, you don't know who's going to bury you tomorrow. So wherever you're going to be, you have to do things to be able to support the community, because you cannot determine your life the next minute from when you are where you're sitting. So that passion in me, it's something that's really burning. That desire, I just need to do for the children.
Do for the children. Talking about children, and you naming all different countries, Rwanda, Senegal, and of course your work focuses a lot on uniting those children and promoting their heritage as well, which is also, I like that. How do you think cultural identity impact a child's development?
That's a very good question. A lot of I'm going to use an example to be able to come up to respond to that. Most of our children, especially those that are born in this country, we are trying to see that they expose themselves and get to know the children who are not from here. So, for instance, an example is the Kids Outreach Foundation that I founded in the Cameroonian community. And the first generation Cameroonian Americans. This is to unite the Cameroonian children that were born by us who came here in quest for greener pastures. But when they see the other children who probably immigrated into the country, it takes them a little bit of time to even get to embrace them as part of them. So it's imperative that we create these unions, we create these opportunities or these platforms that we can get these children get to communicate with each other, do the things that you and I do at home. We have our little susus or jangis or our own ex-student association. These children don't have it, whereby they can unite with each other and not only learn the culture, but how about even one day thinking about giving back to where their parents came from. Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to foster here. Make sure that these children get to know where their roots
That is
were
amazing.
from.
Yeah.
My kids are all born here, and I think we needed something like this, because
Yes.
I don't think I personally have done a good job on showing them that side. But it looks like you have a question.
Oh, sure. I have a lot of questions.
No, geez.
Sadly, we don't have a lot of time, so don't get
Yes, we have a lot of
So,
time.
doctor, as I'm seeing, you bring hope to African, children. And so who do you partner with? Do you partner with NGOs, the government?
Well, for right now, so far as funding is concerned, I've been single-handedly funding it with my entire family because they just realized or saw the passion in me in supporting others. So when I go like to Rwanda, Senegal, or even to Libreville, I use funds from my own pocket. Again, because you have to do something first before you go out and start asking others to support you. So if they don't really see that, yes, you're doing this because the passion is there, they might assume that it's the money, it's the finance that is pushing you to get into such things, and that's not it. So for the past over 4 years, I've been handling my Kids Outreach Foundation single-handedly with those who feel like supporting me. But as we go down the line, organizations will step in to support, and that's how we'll be able to fund the philanthropic.
A quick question about something that I really like is the first generation of Cameroonian Americans.
Yes, absolutely.
That to me was profound, that organization. What is it quickly, and what are your hopes for the future of that first generation Cameroonian American organization? What do you see it? How do you see it in the next years?
All right.
Yeah.
Since its inception,
Yes.
we've had the young ones, like they just came out of one of their annual get-togethers, like a cookout. The whole idea is to be able to unite these children under one platform so they can network, socialize. That's the primary objective. If they can, amongst themselves, get to know each other. We came from Cameroon or Senegal or wherever. We know each other. They themselves, they are already lost. This first generation Cameroonian Americans, we do have a group here in the Washington, D.C. There's another group that's been formed in Boston. We're planning on expanding our tentacles all over the states in the United U.S. That way they can one day have, a huge convention that they will all congregate
Together, wow.
and just network. Again, the objective is not just networking, it's for them to even talk about the culture. Ask from their parents what is happening back in your country so that they can become versed with it. Those who are privileged to go back and visit and see how our culture is being exhibited, fine. If not, they can learn from their parents and then share amongst themselves through whatever platforms they are using. And the goal is just not to network, but hey, why not even give back? Like some of these philanthropic things we're doing, some of those children are engaged in it, like heavily. So that's the whole idea, so that they can have their own, form their own network.
That can help them in the future and help those who come after them. Wow.
I wanted to add one thing to it.
Please.
So we need that our children get married to each other. If you know very well, in this country we grew up. If you came here as long ago, I came here in '86.
Came here in '89. Yeah.
Every other Cameroonian to my kids is auntie or uncle.
That's true.
That's not a good idea. We need to shy away from making these children call this person auntie, uncle.
But then nobody get married to nobody.
Thank you. That's pretty much it. Because my daughter will see somebody that, she's been calling that person my auntie, and a nice young guy. They will not be able to be married because when this guy wants to approach any of these children, they will say, hey, wait a minute. You are my auntie's child. So these are some of the things that we are trying to educate the children in that particular association to ensure that they have a definition of who's an uncle and auntie, so they can interact amongst themselves and then get married.
That's a really good point. Dr. Tinglet, I'm sorry, but we have to start leaving. We're going to sneak in this song, so we're going to hear this song quickly before we say goodbye.
Okay. Thank you.
Libala ngai mwana na boye nakoka mwa olobi te okoboma ngai boye baka mwana moto soki akoboya makila na nzoto na ntango bayokani te libala eloko ebandaka na sukali mingi nakoka mwa lelo lingi ngambe toswani nakolingaka yo mingi ye koboya nanga ezali mpo ya komeka yo motema na
listening to the RM Show at VOA Africa. This is your host, Roger Muntu. And as you guys can tell, Dr. Tinglet is our guest, and George is here. Doctor, we got to start saying goodbye, and we're listening to this song. I know, you need to come back, right, George?
Yes,
Please,
okay.
we need Dr. Tinglet to come back.
Can you bring her back?
This is what we call a library of sapientia.
I know.
Please come back. There's a lot of
back.
talk.
No problem.
As you were talking, the lady on the other side, Michelle, was okay with you sometimes, not okay with you sometimes. So there's a debate coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
No problem.
problem.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
Thank
coming,
you.
Dr.
I
Tinglet.
appreciate you.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, everybody, and stay tuned, and
Thank
we'll talk
you.
to you again
Thank you
next
so
week.
much.
This was your host, Roger Muntu. I can always say, God bless. Peace, Africa.
All right.